Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? It's April 28th, 2020, 7:38 p.m. I'm here to talk about social distancing. Now, if you don't know about the COVID-19 coronavirus, then where have you been? Where you been all this time? Basically, I just want to say that I'm tired of social distancing. I'm really getting ready to get into some social closeness. I'm ready to hug and kiss and all the other things that come along. I noticed that I saw on Facebook that the movie theater will be closed until like midsummer. That's gonna suck, especially for all you movie lovers out there. And I'm definitely a movie lover. I'm definitely fire stick ready. So I recently watched this morning the new Mortal Kombat movie it's called Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge. It's definitely a good movie. It's like in the first 3 minutes of the movie, there's bloodshed, and if you didn't know the storyline for Mortal Kombat with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, they're mortal enemies. They're like different clans, I guess is what it's called. And Scorpion, he's out in the woods with his son, and he returns to his village only to find out that Sub-Zero's clan has come through and basically murdered the whole village. Like, oh my God. And he goes to find, I guess, his wife and his child's mother, and she's dead in a pool of blood. Like, oh my God, it is very graphic. I love that. I love it. I'm tired of a lot of PG-13 stuff, so this is definitely, like I say, it's graphic, so it's probably rated R or PG or whatever. Whatever a Call of Duty or Mortal Kombat the video game, MA-17 maybe, whatever. So, like I say, then, and I'll say this: Scorpion is a beast. He comes through and fights the whole clan, killing majority of them, almost all of them, down to the point where it's him and Sub-Zero, and Sub-Zero freezes him, and he's still coming at him until he's got his son in his hands, and Sub-Zero basically, oh my God, he just kills the boy, and like I say, they do a lot of, if you played some of the newer Mortal Kombat games, there's a lot of graphic finish him, stuff in there, and a lot of punchline stuff that's in there from the game. Now, like I say, at the end of the day, I've seen people TikToking. I've seen people doing a little bit of everything. I've come across one where they were making fun of, do you want to build a snowman with Frozen? And they were talking about, do you want to start drinking? If you haven't seen it, oh man, look it up. I might try to. I know I had put it on my Facebook page, so if you're my Facebook friend, it's on there. Check it out. It is so funny. Hit me up. I can send it to you. I definitely got it saved in my phone. So it's just so funny, but it's not funny. I feel like every time I go to Walmart, I come out of there, like, if you're experiencing some kind of respiratory symptoms to where you're wearing Vicks Vapor Rub or anything like that, why would you go out in public? I don't understand it. Like, I go to the neighborhood Walmart, and it smells like freaking Vicks Vapor Rub and just cough syrup or all those breathing medications or whatever. It smells like albuterol or whatever, and like straight asthma pump. And I ask myself, I'll be thinking to myself, like, if I had asthma, I would be way more protected. If I had emphysema or whatever, I would be way more protected. Whatever. You already have a respiratory condition, So if I was frequently sick, getting bronchitis all the time, or if I had allergies or whatever, I would not want to be out in public, even though they'd be like, wear a mask. That's that's still not really helping. I feel like, I don't know. I went Sunday, I think, and when I came out Sunday, I was only in there for like in and out. I wanted to get some bread, for crying out loud. And I feel like when I came up out of there, I couldn't wait to get up out of there. Oh my God. I still feel like, I have to pray that, Lord, please don't let me get something while I'm in this store, Like they're doing certain stuff that I feel like will maintain and continue, like the sneeze guard breathing shields they have for the cashiers. That's almost like, why haven't you already been doing that? Why haven't we already been doing some of this stuff? Some of the stuff that we got going on with the social distancing, it will stick. People, it will resonate a fear in us for months to years, maybe. I do personally feel like most diseases, not just this one, but this one in particular, are manufactured. Like, I feel like, why wouldn't I think that, Like, I've seen plenty of shows where, boom, it's the CDC, and if it's such a, if it's so bad, they're going to stop it at ground zero. They're not going to let it get out to where it's killing 10 million or hundreds of thousands of people or whatever. So they had created this COVID-19 or whatever, or even if they didn't really create it, they used it as a way of genocide, population control. I personally feel that. I feel like they let this thing become an outbreak, and they were like, because you see all the politicians and stuff, they went like basically on the ground, got to have a working government, so with that being the case, like, you never know what's going to happen. So you got to have, I mean, even with Donald Trump, he was saying stuff that was no way it could have been true, or it was no way that he's this dumb, Like, I don't know if it's a Republican thing, but they never have a straightforward answer. They never have anything that they release to the public that's like worth any kind of anything. Like, even I mean, I've been around as far as back as I can go back, is like the Reagan administration, and again, they got caught. But plausible deniability or whatever. No, we didn't introduce cocaine and crack to the ghetto and use that money indirectly to finance a unsubstantiated war. Of course we didn't do that. Of course we weren't running guns back in the day. I mean, but then you have TV shows like Snowfall and movies like American Made that, based off true story, plain and simple. So let me see. What would you do if you knew the truth? I'm not really searching for the truth. I'm not a Men in Black guy. I'm not an X-Files kind of guy. I watch both of them, and I have to feel that somewhere down the line that we, like, something is being done is right about what's being done. I don't want to sit there and believe that everything that we do and everything that we've been doing is to hurt us. I mean, we could talk about certain events in time, like the Tuskegee Airmen testing and all that kind of stuff. But at this point, a lot of people probably wouldn't believe us. I don't even think they teach certain stuff in school anymore. I don't feel like they feel history is relevant. I think that if I were to talk to some high school students and ask them about some of the greatest moments in history, world history, they wouldn't understand or know anything. Like, they have access to technology right there in their hands, and even with that being the case, they I don't want to say they're done. They just a comfortable ignorance, like they say, ignorance is bliss. So when it comes down to it, if you just don't know better, you just won't do better. Certain things that you worry about, you worried about being popular on social media. I got you. You worried about what being bullied at school. I understand that. I don't even know. Was like I hear about people killing themselves over bullying situations, and I always have to wonder, like, is this a thing? Like, was it so bad when we were in school? Or I hate that. I hate I know that I've turned the other cheek or turned a blind eye to somebody who may have had been getting picked on a little bit, and I've had people that I ain't gonna say picked on me, but we didn't see eye to eye, so we basically avoided each other. I'm not one of those. I'm not a confrontational type. Along with that's part of the issue. Sometimes you just gotta man up, have a backbone, and face the problem head on. And I'm not talking about bringing guns to school or knives or anything like that. Violence begets violence, like they say. An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. So I'm just saying that, yeah, okay. An example I could use is Back to the Future. When he went back in time and changed his whole, family history, basically look how the effects were rippled through time to where how they raised their children, how they thought, the confidence or whatever. So sometimes you just gotta man up. Now, this whole social distancing thing, it's horrible. Like, who do you trust to be around? Apparently, a lot of people trust each other because they have laws, they have rules, they have curfews, they have checkpoints. They got a lot of stuff that's going on, and some people are out there and they're not abiding by it worth anything. Like, they're still having a little house party, smoke sessions, home barbecues, and I see people being around each other like on a daily when they're like, oh, you're supposed to practice social distancing, which that's supposed to mean like distance yourself from some social events, from people, from give me 60 feet, give me 50 feet, like, of course you feel safe around your family, but it only takes that one to make that 2, to make that 4, to make that 16. It only takes that the numbers to grow on an exponential rate like that because you ignored the influence of social distancing. And I'll start by saying I've been pretty much been home majority of the time. I mean, I get out, like they say, for essentials, food. For some reason, everybody's been a rush on toilet paper, but mainly food and other, I guess, household products, cleaning, whatever. Now, I'd like to say this. They're getting ready to open Texas back up on May 1st, hopefully. Hopefully, you won't rush off and be like, oh, man, we're good. The mall's open, hey. Or wherever else people go. And you'll be smart about it, and you'll ease your way back into society and productivity, and try to take your time and be like, this is what I'm going to do. So with that being said, take your time and be safe, and make sure you're 100% sure that you do not have the coronavirus, COVID-19, because that's not something that you want to play with. I mean, I've come across people who told me they had it, and they say it takes like 14 days for it to process out your system or whatever. And my friend, she told me it was like having pneumonia. So, all right. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all for listening. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel or any platform that I might have. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, And with that being said, thank you for tuning in. And that's my time. Hello everyone, it's May 1st, 2020, 11:33 p.m. And I just wanted you to know that people are definitely flocking back to the streets. They're definitely coming out of their houses and walking around and hanging out. And everything is starting to look okay again. And somewhere, the rainbow is shining and the sun is shining. And you just never know. You never know what it's like to pull together in a crisis when you're that's not the case for you. It's not like this happens all the time, and so hopefully surviving the coronavirus really put things in perspective, and people are going to definitely change their ways, and they're going to realize how precious life is, and they're going to just, day one of surviving in Corona. And that's all that, that's all that really matters. I don't really have a lot to say at the moment. I just figured I would do something to let you know that no man is an island, and we all need each other in the long run. So, and I know you've been practicing all this social distancing, and hey, hopefully you can get into some social closeness. That's what I'm into. I'm looking for it. It hasn't happened yet. But, alright, I guess this is where I will leave y'all at. Just something real quick so you know that I'm still here. Peace.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.